Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. For the scent of the day, could you have guessed that I'm still working on this one? I've been really bad about burning candles and haven't really went through it too quickly. And then alongside my candle, I have this guy going, and it is an oil diffuser. And this is the oil that I have in my diffuser right now, and it smells like Gain laundry detergent. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you will never miss anything interesting. I also do post every single day on Instagram and on Reddit, so if you like new, daily, updated content, be sure to go follow me over on there. So welcome back everybody to another Sunday Palette of the Week review. And for this week, we're bringing in the Violet Voss I'll Love You Forever eyeshadow palette. Now, a little background on this palette is I did get this through Boxy Pop-Up, and I paid, I think, around $6 for it. And I don't own many things by Violet Voss, so I kind of wanted to check out the formula a bit more and play around with this. So let's get right on into the overview. You are looking at the Violet Voss I'll Love You Forever eyeshadow palette. In my opinion, Violet Voss's palettes are not very luxurious in packaging, but it does just give you the basic essentials of what it needs to do. When you open up the cover, you'll find a mid-sized mirror inside. And then here's what the color story and layout looks like. There are 12 shadows contained within, and each one weighs 1.8 grams. There are 6 true mattes in here, 3 foiled shades, and 3 metallics. As far as the matte formula goes, all the mattes are these dusty rose shades right in here, and I do wish there were a few olive tone matte shades. As for their formula, they are very easily blendable, and they do layer nicely, so they were really a breeze to work with. And in specific, I would like to point out this matte black right here. It's a very, very nice shade. And matte blacks are truly one of the hardest shadows for me to find a good formula in. And this is a really nice one. Next, we're going to talk about the foiled shades. And there are 3 of those, and each one is highly pigmented. They have a very reflective light quality. And if you look closely, you can find little tiny micro glitters in each one. And as for the metallics, they very, very closely relate to the foils. But when compared directly, they have less of a shiny finish and they appear more satin in finish. This palette overall has a very nice light to dark gradient. And now I'm going to pop up pictures of the palette swatches so you can see what each shade looks like swatched out. Alright, now I'm going to give you a little information about this palette. And Violet Voss created this specific one with her Luxe Pro formula. And the creative background behind this is that it's supposed to pull the olive tones but use complementary hues in order to be flattering on all skin tones. This palette is cruelty free and it is vegan. Now we're quickly going to discuss the cost of this palette. If you went out and bought this entire palette the way it is today, it does cost $34. If you break that down a little bit more, it's $2.83 per shade. And breaking that down a bit further, it comes to $1.57 per gram of product. And when I personally used this to create a look, I absolutely fell in love with this palette. I didn't get any creasing or patchiness. I did experience a lot of kick up in the pans themselves, but I didn't have any fallout on my face. And if this is one of the palettes that you're considering on getting in the future, I definitely recommend it. So now I'm going to scoot you up a little bit closer and we're going to get right on into the tutorial. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the second part of this video, which is the tutorial for this palette. And I hope you decide to stay for the remainder of this video because I have some tips that I want to implement into the tutorial and see what you guys think about them. So before we begin any sort of eye look, I always like to prep my eyes with 2 things. My L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil and the Revlon Candid Concealer as a primer. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my liner and tight line my upper waterline. So now I'm going to take my eye primer and dab it all around my eyelid. And for blending this out, I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. Now I know that this is a pretty sucky step to start with, but the first thing that we're going to do is draw a black wing with a liquid black eyeliner. And my favorite liquid black eyeliner is the Ofra Verified one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this outer corner and barely draw a line following my natural lower lash line. Just like that. And then from this line that I just drew, I'm going to start in the middle of it and draw another straight line to my lash line. So something like that. And now once you have this little triangle part, you can follow this line that you just created to your lash line. And fill in your top line. Now once you have your top line filled in, you can go ahead and darken up this little outer triangle. And then from that midpoint that we started at, you can draw outwards and create that really fine tip. So we're gonna do more with this wing in a little bit. We're gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna show you an easy way to clean it up. But let me get this other wing on and I will be right back. Now the next tool that you wanna grab is a flat end brush like this. And I like to take some micellar water and put it on a little plastic palette. Dip the tip of your brush inside the micellar water. And then take it to the back of your hand so you don't have too much clogged up on your brush. And then take this brush underneath your wing to straighten up the line. Now I'm going to take a really large, thick brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wink. And with this shade, we're going to create a crease to the top of the wing, all the way into your inner corner. Now the next step is I'm going to take two brushes. I'm going to take a small detail brush and then a large, long blending brush. And I'm going into the black shade. And I'm gonna place this right along the edge of this wing. And then when I get all my shadow on there, then I'm just gonna lightly blend it towards the center. Now again, on your detail brush, we're gonna dip into the shade Infatuated. And we're gonna put this along the line of the black. And when you get that shade on, then you're gonna blend that same shade towards the center. And then the last shade that we're gonna jump into is Wishful. And with your detail brush, you're gonna just put this on the edge of the second shade that we used. And then lastly, you're gonna blend that last shade into the center. And for this next part, I like to use this really tiny detail brush. And we're going into shade Olive Glow. And we're gonna put this on the inner portion of the eye in a tiny little crescent shape. You really want this to be full pigment, so make sure you press down pretty hard. And the next brush I use is a very long detail brush, and it's more flimsy. And then go into the shade Olive Me and start at the green and make it more pigmented towards the green. And then as you have less on your brush, pull it towards the center. Now you want to grab a green eyeliner, and I'm using this Tarte one, and it's called Skinny Smolder Eyes. And line your waterline with it. And then I'm gonna use an angle brush for this and go into the shade Olive Glow and line half of my lower lash line with that shade. And then for the inner part of the lower lash line, we're gonna use the shade Lovebird. Now grab your favorite inner corner highlight brush and go into the shade Major Spotlight and put that in your inner corner. And you can even put that on your brow bone if you're so inclined. Okay, let me go put on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the finished look using the Violet Voss I Love You Forever palette. If you're interested in seeing the look with lashes, I'll link the pictorial down below where I did wear lily lashes with it, so they're a big bear. And if you have any requests for palettes that you want to see in the future, please leave them down below because I would love to hear what you think. And yeah guys, that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down button. And until next time,